Do you feel a persistent, gnawing sense that you are falling behind? Does a cursory glance at your bank account trigger a physiological fight or flight response? You are not alone. Most individuals operate under the delusion that financial mastery requires a high-functioning IQ or a complex mathematical secret formula. As a behavioral economist, I am here to tell you that this is fundamentally incorrect. The central premise of our discussion today is this. Your financial outcomes are not a product of your intelligence. They are a direct result of your psychological architecture and behavior. Whether you are navigating significant debt or building your first portfolio, your path to independence is entirely within your control. Before we deconstruct the cognitive frameworks of the wealthy, do me a favor, like this video and subscribe to the Money Mindset channel to join our community of strategic thinkers. I want to know who is in the room. Drop a comment below with the city you are watching from. Whatever you do not skip any part of this video. Watch until the very end, as the most critical tactical shifts are layered throughout the narrative to ensure you walk away with a complete strategy. The real reason people stay broke. It's not your IQ. If you are struggling, it is likely not due to a lack of brain power, but rather a state of ignorance regarding your own behavioral biases. In the world of finance, unlike almost any other technical field, your mindset outweighs your pedigree. Consider this. It is statistically impossible for an ordinary person with no medical training to perform open-heart surgery better than a Harvard-trained surgeon. However, in the financial sector, an ordinary person with zero formal education can, and frequently does, outperform a Wall Street MBA. Why? Because finance is 99% behavior. A highly educated strategist can go broke through ego and lack of discipline, while a disciplined individual can retire with immense wealth. The primary barrier to this wealth is the weight of the future self. Trade-off. Every dollar of debt that you have is a piece of your future that somebody else owns. The secret formula for wealth is a myth. The reality is a kindergarten list of simple behaviors: internal focus, extreme patience, and the refusal to use money as a yardstick for social comparison. The happiness formula. Closing the gap between expectations and reality. Happiness is not an arbitrary feeling. In behavioral economics, it is a specific mathematical equation. All happiness is just the gap between expectations and reality. Modern life has corrupted this formula through hedonic adaptation and the Instagram TikTok algorithm problem. In previous generations, your comparison group was local, your neighbors or co-workers. Today, your comparison group is the global 1%, curated by a sophisticated algorithm designed to highlight the world's most successful and beautiful people. Even as our standard of living has skyrocketed compared to the 1950s, where an 800-square-foot house with no AC was the glory days, our expectations have spiraled even faster. Consider the perspective of the late Stephen Hawking. Despite a debilitating physical condition that reduced his control over his body to near zero, he remained profoundly happy. He famously noted that his expectations were reduced to zero when he was diagnosed at 21. Consequently, every day since then has been a bonus. If you can manage the gap between what you have and what you expect, you reclaim the power to find contentment, even while your bank balance grows. The man who made billions. After 60, the underrated power of patience. The financial industry often markets Wall Street gibberish to make you feel as though you need complex maneuvers to succeed. In reality, the most potent force in finance is compound interest, which Housel defines simply as earning gains on your gains. Take the iconic Warren Buffett. While he is worth over $100 billion, 99% of that wealth was accumulated after his 60th birthday. The variable that matters most wasn't his annual return, but the duration of his investment. He started at age 10. He didn't seek hot tips. He sought average returns for an above-average period of time. We see this same principle in the story of Ronald Read, a janitor and gas station attendant who lived a modest life and died with millions left to charity. He didn't have a high-risk strategy. He had extraordinary patience. He invested small amounts and allowed time to do the heavy lifting. Success is a game of endurance, not intelligence. Rich versus wealthy. Why the Vanderbilts failed, and the independence flex. There is a critical distinction between being rich and being wealthy. Rich is current income spent on social signaling, the flashy car, the designer clothes, the house that impresses strangers. Wealthy is the money you don't spend. It is the invisible assets that provide the independence. Flex, the Vanderbilt. Family offers a cautionary tale of rich without wealth. Cornelius Vanderbilt built a fortune worth roughly $500 billion in today's dollars, yet his heirs, obsessed with ostentatious displays, were notoriously miserable. In contrast, Anderson Cooper, the first Vanderbilt heir to receive no trust fund, had to find his own way, achieving a level of fulfillment his ancestors lacked. This brings us to the paradox of the man in the car. When you see a Ferrari, you don't admire the driver. You imagine yourself in the car, thinking people would admire you. You are the only person thinking about you. To test your true desires, apply the deserted island thought experiment. If no one could see your purchases, would you still buy them? Most people would immediately shift from status to utility. Tactical habits. The 10% rule and the daily check. To restructure your financial life, you must move from ignorance to awareness. Here are the actionable habits to implement today. The 10% rule. Commit to saving 10% of every dollar earned. If you get $50 in tips, save $5. If you earn $100 walking a dog, save $10. As Mel Robbins suggests, even $5 or $15 transfers build the neurological habit of saving. The daily bank check. Look at your balance every single day. This 10-second habit eliminates the ignorance that leads to overspending. Automate your psychological architecture. Take emotion out of the system. Set up automatic transfers to savings. If you don't see it, you won't spend it. Reframing savings. Stop viewing savings as delayed gratification. View it as purchasing independence today. Every $100 in the bank is $100 of peace of mind, $100 of sleeping better at night, and $100 of protection against the 100% certainty of future emergencies, job loss, medical bills, or recessions. Choosing contentment over the yardstick. Money is a tool for a better life, not a yardstick to measure your self-worth against a curated social media feed. The ultimate objective is independence, the ability to wake up and own your time. Ask yourself the most profound question a strategist can ask. What is the hole I am trying to fill with money? And can I fill it with contentment instead? You have the power to be wealthy right now by narrowing the gap between your reality and your expectations. If you are ready to stop chasing status and start building wealth, subscribe to the channel and share this video with one person who needs a behavioral reset today. Your journey to financial independence begins with your next choice.